Hey everyone, this is Josh from Before. I'm here with the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Flashpoint Batman Unmasked variant. This is, I think, the last in what I've been calling the season of repaints, because this whole wave has mostly just been repaints with head swaps. And between that, the 2-pack they did recently with Superman Devastator, we're getting a lot of repaints and variants all at one time, which is a little annoying. You know, if you missed out on these guys the first time around, or if you really want the variants and stuff, it's not so bad. But it is a little annoying to get so many repaints all in one big go. Here you can see nothing really different about this box other than it says Batman Unmasked. There's that if you want it. But yeah, for I won't do a full deep dive just because, you know, we've had this guy for like 6 months already. I just want to take a look at the new sculpt, the new sword that he comes with, and let's get right into it. So if you've seen this guy before, you know what to expect from the waist down, but obviously the big new difference is this new head sculpt, which, you know, it's the pretty classic situation with this line is that the promo photos get released and everyone's like, wow, that looks like garbage, and then we see him in person, and obviously that is a pretty darn good looking head sculpt. Looks a little weirdly too young in the face, I think. You know, they went with this weird kind of chin stubble, this chin beard kind of thing, which I don't know if that totally perfectly captures what the character looks like in the comics, but you know, it is a good looking head sculpt. That's my hand's kind of shaking, too much coffee. Really nice looking hair. What I absolutely love, I can tell you right now, is that they've added this extra bit to his cape, his cowl here, which is his mask, you know, pulled off of his head and bunched up in the back. I totally love that. You know, this is like, I'm not a huge Flashpoint is fine. It's cool. It's a cool story. Not my favorite thing in the world. I know there's some huge Flashpoint fans. So this isn't like, you know, necessarily like a huge draw for me personally, but I absolutely love whenever they do, you know, an unmasked Batman, especially when they just add that little detail. It doesn't seem like much, but it goes a long way for me to actually have that detail of the mask pulled back, you know, behind his head. And, you know, they did that new Superman head in that Doomsday 2-pack. And I really loved the way that head felt like a variation of the first Superman head. It looked like the same exact, you know, head with a different expression on it. This, I'm not sure if it looks just like this original head sculpt. I love that face. I love that, you know, that mean looking attitude. This kind of just looks like, you know, looks like somebody's dad from the OC, you know, like he looks like a 90s, like, teen drama character. And he looks maybe a little kind of anime, which is not necessarily the biggest win for me. I don't know if it fully matches that original head. So I don't know. If you're a big Flashpoint fan, you judge this on your own. For me, it's a kind of a weird one. I just don't know if that really captures Thomas Wayne as I understand him to be, like a mean son of a bitch. This guy looks like, you know, this guy looks like your dad that you're gonna ask him if you can borrow the car for the weekend or whatever. Yeah, if you haven't seen this guy before, a lot of people were totally in love with this, and I think that's because they were just big Flashpoint fans and they were dying for this character. This body, it's not like, I think this is kind of a B- character or figure. So if you're totally in love with it, sorry to ding him a bit, but it just doesn't quite have. Well, this guy's really stiff, but you know, he's fine. He's got everything you need there. I love the way they did these straps, where they got the strap on his leg, with this is like the holster's separate. So it looks like it's attached but you have the thing to move his, you have the ability to move his leg without like stretching these out in a weird way, and they just always look like they're attached to that red strap on the thigh. It's a good design. I like the way that works. I really wish he's got no thigh swivel, which sometimes basically they don't carve out enough here, and if they did, it would have a great thigh swivel. So everybody complaining about, oh, they need to put thigh swivels on this Multiverse line. Well, they don't really. They just need to clear out this, carve out his butt so that this thing has room to swivel around. That said, because this guy does have thigh straps, this might have actually been a good contender for one to add a thigh swivel to, because they could have hit it, but that's what we got. You've seen this guy before. Weird little plastic remnant, not totally punched out there. And this, like I said, this guy's from like 6 months ago. They've been slowly getting better about these ball joints and just how loud that cut is. They've been getting better and better over time. This one is not a good one. It's just a very abrupt cut with a ball joint. He's got the same two guns that the first one came with. They have a nice little bit of sparkly gray sort of dusting on there that gives them a little bit of definition, which looks really nice. And if you haven't seen this guy before, the guns fit in the holsters really well. That works great. They go all the way through like that. And then he's got this sword, which is new, and I'm pretty sure this sword is like important for something in the comics, but I'm totally spacing what it's called or what its purpose was. But it looks really good. The little sort of filigree there on the handle, some little cuts on the blade. This is just that rubber material though, which I wish they would just make these out of harder plastic, because it just doesn't make any sense to have a sword be this soft material. They always get bent and stuff in the box. This one's probably got a little bit of a curve to it, not terrible, but and hard plastic can get warped in the box too. I just wish, it's a sword. It doesn't need to be rubber. I've also got something going on where it feels like this pin didn't get quite pushed in the right way, so it's kind of like bulging out there, separating a little bit. That's the first time I've ever seen one of these Multiverse figures have that particular QC issue. Excuse me. This is another, I think, new thing that they've been doing lately, but this head is a soft material. I don't know if I can see, maybe if he, do you see when I'm pushing him against his own neck there? He kind of, like, the sides of it get pushed out because this is like a soft material, which is kind of odd. I don't know. I'm not sure. They're always trying new things with this line. I'm not sure what that's getting out of them. Maybe, I don't know, it's a cost thing. I don't know. So there you go. It's a new, it's a head swap variant. That's all there is to it. If you're a huge Flashpoint fan, I would think you'd want to get this, but if not, I don't think it's worth coming back in and spending another $20 just on a new head and a new sword, even though I do really love that cowl behind his neck. That's my favorite part. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I will talk to you very soon. Bye.